Hello, my name is Sister Patrice Ryan, and I'm the president of the Sisters of St. Joseph of Buffalo. Thank you all for joining us for the virtual Mount St. Joseph Academy celebration. We wish to celebrate this year in person, but we wanted to remain safe and provided a video featuring our dear sisters. You'll hear our sisters share some of their favorite memories while at the Mount and what they've been up to since the pandemic. And a special congratulations to the class of 1971 on their 50th as well. Before we begin the video, I want to assure you of our continued prayer and remembrance of all of our dear loved ones whom we may have lost during this pandemic. We are looking forward to seeing everyone at the luncheon next year. Thank you all for your time, and we hope you enjoy our video.
I'm Sister Mary Gusta Kaiser. During my many happy years at the Mount, I served in various positions. I was a teacher, I was an assistant principal, and then finally principal. They were very happy years. It was a real family, wonderful girls, just wonderful girls, and great teachers. I hated to leave when I did, but they were very joyous days for me. Oh, my favorite position was just being a teacher. In fact, that's why when they asked me to become principal, I said, well, I'll do it for a year because Sister Mary Ackland was leaving the position. At that time, I was her assistant principal, and they asked me to become principal. I said, well, I'll do it for a year, but I just love teaching too much to stay in administration. It was great being with so many wonderful young women. Another group of people that I got together with were actually from my class. When I graduated way back in 1953, we have been getting together over the years. And so we're now up in our 80s, but we're still getting together. It was the girls and the teachers, really. And the way that everybody entered into everything, not only in the classroom, but in the extracurricular activities. I think the main thing to remember about the Mount was the girls. We are dedicated and we really care about them, and it's very important that we continue our work. In spite of our age, we need to continue.
Hello, I'm Terry Pantano McMullen. I graduated in 1967 from Mount St. Joseph Academy, and I'm also chairperson of the Alumni Luncheon. The school opened by the Sisters of St. Joseph in 1891 as a K-12 boarding school for girls, which I thought was very interesting. It wasn't a boarding school when I went there, but it was an all-girls school until they admitted boys. When I think of my favorite memories at the Mount, the first thing that comes to mind is freshman English, studying The Merchant of Venice with Sister Raymond Marie, who's now known as Sister Madonna Sweet. Also Sister Peter Amard, now known as Sister B. Manzella, who was, without her, I don't know where I would have ended up. And then, of course, there's the senior play, the camaraderie and at rehearsals and studying the lines and finally the performance. It will always be close to my heart. Classmates from 1967, there's a whole group of us that get together. Since my involvement with the alumni, I have made several friends. As a matter of fact, one of them drove me here today. As a teenager, I respected the nuns. As an adult, I've worked closely with them. It's because of my fond memories that I feel compelled to help raise money for the care of our aging sisters. And I see what devoted, hardworking sisters they are. And it's a way for us to pay them back for all the good they did for us. We had a great education, and there were several nuns that were very close to my heart and still are. We had a camaraderie, and I think they built character in all of us. And it's so evident when you look through the alumni and see there's judges, CEOs of major corporations, physicians, teachers, professionals in all walks of life.
I'm Sister Jean Marie Zernhell. I've been a Sister of St. Joseph for 63 years. I wish to begin by saying I have always had a special place in my heart for Mount St. Joseph Academy. My mother graduated in 1932, and when I was growing up, I remember her speaking so fondly of her days at the Mount, that when the time came for me to choose a high school, of course, my number one choice was the Mount. I loved my time there. In fact, I loved it so much that one day when I was a senior, my mother said to me, "You know, you spend so much time there, they ought to give you a bed." And I said to her, "Well, you know, I do want to enter the Sisters of St. Joseph, and I'm sure they'll give me a bed." And I did. I entered in the September after I graduated, and I loved my time at the Mount. I truly, truly loved my time at the Mount. I don't think I ever got up in the morning saying I don't want to go to school. No, I really, really enjoyed the teaching. I can't say I had a favorite day. I just liked being with the students. What was very interesting is my last few years there, we had boys in the school. They were very much into math, and that made a little difference. As the saying goes, you know, don't reinvent the wheel. What came to my mind were the values that were looked for a member of the National Honor Society, and I believe those were the values that were associated with the Mount, and that was character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The fact that the sisters taught at the Mount just shy of 100 years, and the values that were instilled in the young women here, those are the things that make what we did worthwhile. I did attend a number of the alumni reunions, and I was always impressed with the generous check that was given to either the moderator or the president from the alumni. They were been very generous. And when I read Presence magazine and I see page after page after page of people who have donated, I am always very impressed and very grateful. The spirit of Mount St. Joseph Academy will live for generations.
I'm Sister Karen Shaver. I have to tell you a little bit about my grade school because that's how I got to Mount St. Joe's. When I was in 8th grade at St. Francis de Sales, we were asked to fill out a high school preference card. And my girlfriend, her family had been to Narden. And so I didn't know what to put down, so I just put down, I was ready to write when my 8th grade teacher, whose name was Sister Richard, she came up behind me and said, "You put down Mount St. Joseph." So I did. And that started my career, my wonderful career, as at the Mount. I loved the Mount. If I ever didn't feel good in the morning, I couldn't stay home. I imposed that on myself. I absolutely loved the Mount as a student. As a teacher, I liked it because, I don't know, I felt we were very close. I liked my comrades, and I liked the relationships that we developed. It didn't stop when the course or the class was over with. I just got an email from one of the girls that I taught at the Mount. For her, it probably was 40 years ago. And she said some nice stuff like, "I still remember when we did this or that and how you inspired me to go on." And another one that I've been very close to over the years, she calls and we chit-chat a little bit about some things, and she fills me in on some of the other students. What made the Mount so great? Again, I think it was how close we were as a family, whether it was, being a part of anything, the plays that we put on. The students were very respectful, and the teachers were right along with us. The camaraderie was tremendous.
I'm Sister Mary Jo Colucci, also known as Sister Mary Ernestine when I taught at the Mount, until I went back to my baptismal name. My position at the Mount included teaching music, religion to freshmen, and also an ethics class to the seniors. And I loved doing all of that. Oh, I have so many wonderful memories from the Mount. As I recall, one of the weekends, we all went on a camping trip. We never forgot it because we had so much fun. I remember probably 8 or 9 of us getting in a row with blankets on our back, walking through the darkness of that campground, hoping we wouldn't run into a bear, and just having a lot of fun. The girls were so open and giving, and the faculty was, I believe, an extraordinary faculty at the Mount. The Mount was a great school because it was forward-looking. It was professional. It was dynamic, very progressive. It was just a place of unity, and that's what we loved. We were looked up to in the city of Buffalo as one of the best schools, and I can see why. The alumni support it's so essential because now so many sisters have passed away. There are so few of us, and of course we're all aging. The funds that the alumni provide for us is absolutely essential for our health care. The alumni have been so faithful and helpful to us, and how can we do anything without that? I mean, we have to keep going, so that's a bonus, that's a gift, a blessing. Well, I just would want people to know that they are so welcome, no matter where they're at in life and what has happened to them, that we have open arms for them and that we're here for them. And I know they're here for us too. So I would hope that we could continue the bond that we began at Mount St. Joseph.
If you were at Mount St. Joseph in 1961 through 64, and then again, I think it was 66 to 67, you might remember me as Sister St. Francis. Now I'm Sister Elizabeth, or Liz Savage. I started out teaching half-time because I was going to college to finish my work in the morning. So in the afternoon, I taught one class of Religion 1 and 2 classes of Latin 1. Then when I came back the next year, I taught 6 classes of English 3. And my English 3 classes were in the same room that I had studied English 3 in when I was a kid going to the Mount. I must have a face that people remember, because I'll meet people in a supermarket and they look at me and say, "Did you used to teach at Mount St. Joseph?" And I said, "Uh-huh. Oh, I went to Mount St. Joseph." I think the girls and the teachers, we enjoyed each other. I would say the vast majority was a desire to learn, a desire to have the girls learn, a hope that they would get the most that they could out of the education. So I think both the girls, it was all girls then, and the sisters really worked together and played together very, very well. I think that it's really important and desirable for our alums to give back. I'm one of the aging people now. I work here at the Clarence residence, and I see the need for our sisters. For one thing, the sisters really do appreciate the help that we get. And I see many instances where our alums do support. I hope they realize we are very, very grateful for that. I was very happy to be at Mount St. Joseph. because of the subjects I taught, the teachers that I interacted with who were so helpful to me. But it all boiled down really to the girls. And it was simply fun.
I'm Sister Kristen Schmitz. When I was at the Mount, I was the athletic director, the coach, and the phys ed teacher. I coached basketball, volleyball, softball, and badminton. Myself going to the Mount, graduated, entered the convent, and then was able to go back and teach, which was wonderful. At 33, I had to go back to UB to get my phys ed degree, and that was fun because I was the old lady of the group. I never thought I'd have that experience. I thought I was done with sports, and I wasn't. It was great. I went back at it and then went to the Mount and taught for 7 years there, and then went on to other places. So, the last year before the Mount closed, we went to the States. We were such a small team. I think we took 8 girls, and that was it. We went to New York City, and we had just the most wonderful time. We walked through New York with them, and then, of course, we did play basketball. And we lost to a team that had a young woman that ended up playing professional basketball. But it was just the whole idea of being together. That was one of the closest teams I've ever been with before, so it was a wonderful memory. My classmates, unbelievably, yes, I do. We get together once a month, and it can be up to 18 of us women getting together for lunch. And then every summer I go to, usually it's in New England somewhere, 9 of us get together. We've been doing it for 25 years, and we just have a wonderful time together, and we keep in touch during the year. What made the Mount a great school? I think it had to do with maybe the teachers and the students. People got along so well together. The students loved the teachers loved the students. It was very easy to teach there. It was the education that everyone got, girls and boys. They got their wonderful education from the Mount. The sisters were excellent teachers, and I think that probably many of our students went on to bigger and better things. I think they're probably one of the things that I will always remember from that.
I'm Sister B. Manzella, and I love my years at the Mount. I love the kids. Many of them went on to be very successful. 3 adjectives to describe the Mount. It was alive. It was fun. It was a lot of work. Probably our teachers, every one of whom was so committed to working and doing everything for these young people, because we all believed that they were the future, not only of our school, but of our community. To this day, I so clearly remember our White Mass Day. It was a very special occasion when all the girls came in white. For years, I kept pictures of that. It was quite an event. It was a great school. It vibrated with life, with energy. We had fun. We had our serious moments. The girls were just great.
I taught religion, I taught English, I taught world history, I taught drama. One of my favorite memories is the plays that we had and the students, and bringing kids, the shy kids, to life especially, and then seeing some of those same students go on for professional theater. That was wonderful. Also, it allowed me to express myself. We did the West Side Story. We did just some great movies. The kind of teachers that we had and the whole spirit enabled them to be free in who they were and to capsulize their own gifts and talents Many of them have become professional women today with doctorates and so on. Like some of them I have come back to school, and it was just amazing what they were able to accomplish with their lives. But I know that the roots that they were given from the Mount that encouraged their talents. And kids that were around for 4 years, the faces are here. This is their yearbook. I knew them when they were freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. It was a moment in time when young life, young women were blossoming and brought forth in some marvelous ways to lead great and beautiful lives, who loved coming to school, and we loved their coming to school. But it was an epic in life that this little book has brought to life all over again.
We ask our alum to consider supporting the newly created Care for Our Aging Sisters Fund. This fund is imperative for our sisters as it assists with necessary medical needs. Health insurance does not cover all medical expenses. This fund bridges the gap to cover necessary health care expenses of our sisters, including dental, hearing aids, eye exams related to prescribing glasses, and routine foot care. If you'd like to impact the lives of our sisters, please visit buffalossj.org to donate, or call our Mission Advancement Office to make a gift over the phone. Please consider honoring a classmate or making a gift in memory of someone. We will also provide a link to our donation page on our Buffalo SSJ Facebook page. Thank you all again for your continuous support, and may God bless us all.